When your rear view looks like this 1 minute and then this the next, you know something cool just happened. I just had an incredibly satisfying and specifically rare moment of Racecraft, and I'd love to spend the next few minutes deconstructing it with you. Here's the scenario. The car behind me is on a charge. He's been slicing through the field at a seemingly unstoppable pace and will surely overtake me soon. I'm desperate to put cars between me and him as a buffer, but the car I'm trying to overtake to do that is defending well. My chances to get in front of this blue McLaren have run out, so this is it. The next few corners will decide it. Thanks to GT Omega for supporting this guide. You can get 5% off their equipment, such as the prime rig I use, using code DannyLee. Check the description for more info. So first, take a look at the move in real time without commentary, and then let's chat about it and run through the thought process. So, with a car in striking range both in front and behind of me, this is my play. Approaching Interlagos' first corner, I make a non-committal lunge to the inside. This is not to actually try and overtake, I'm too far back for that to be realistic. This is just a last ditch attempt to distract and unsettle the car in front, force him to deviate from the ideal line and make his exit from this very important sequence of corners a little less speedy. If I can do that, maybe I can set up an overtake onto the next straight. That plan seems to work. The blue McLaren drifts slightly wide at turn 1, which makes turn 2 really sharp for him. It's going to be an awkward and slower exit for him. However, it works a bit too well. I get too much of a run on him and I actually have to dab the brakes a little bit to avoid any contact as I cross over. It's the car behind us both that gets the best run of us all. We round turn 3 and onto the next straight, and the blue McLaren does what I would do. He commits to the inside half of the track, knowing that this is the best chance of him holding onto his place in the next corner, giving him first dibs on the inside of that corner, which is a left turn. Seeing this, the plan to box in the white McLaren using that blue McLaren pops into my head, and I slowly shuffle my car over to the left, just away from the edge of the track. This discourages that white McLaren from maybe getting a good slipstream from the blue car and slotting into the middle of us. My movement is subtle, but it does what it needs to do without going too far. That white McLaren's only option now is to stay behind or go for the thinnest of gaps on the inside, which he does think about for a second, but decides it would be very risky. Even if it didn't cause a crash, his exit from the next corner would be awful. So this is the stage set for turn 4. The white McLaren has got nowhere to go, he's boxed in. The blue McLaren seems to be fully committed to the inside line and is unlikely to change his mind now. This means we're heading into this corner too wide and I'll be on the outside, so I need to help my chances. Upon hitting the braking point, I dart back over to the edge of the track to give myself a little bit more room in the hope that I can hold it around the outside of the corner. I need to maintain a higher cornering speed for this to work, and I need the car on the inside to stay on the inside. All I can do is cross my fingers, turn in and hope everybody else plays their part. I sling the car in without much drama, but on the inside line, the blue McLaren has a harder time, braking a tiny little bit loose on the rear. That drags his corner speed down, but it also means that white McLaren sees an opportunity open on the far inside and tries to go for it. But the curb chucks him offline and the two bang wheels and doors a little bit. He was forced into a desperate and enticing move because here was an opportunity for him to leapfrog 2 cars in one corner if it went his way. But this time, luck favoured me. I exit the corner somehow at the lead of this pack, and I couldn't believe how well this turned out for me. This felt different, it felt great because it wasn't just down to luck, it was down to a lucky plan. An idea that went near enough exactly as hoped. I was trying to prevent that faster white McLaren getting past, because if he did that, I'd never catch him. And not only did I come out ahead, a multiple car buffer appeared between me and him as a result of the chaos. I couldn't have asked for better. Something that helped me decide to try this in the first place was the belief that I could go deeper on the brakes than the blue McLaren once we arrived at turn 4, because the lap before this I'd followed his line and done just that. I only had one lap behind the blue McLaren to figure out if I was faster than him anywhere around the track, and that was it. This piece of intel gave me the confidence to commit if I found myself side by side through that corner again. Setting fast lap times is a wonderful thing, but it's nothing compared to the excitement of organic, human versus human racecraft like this. You'll find some people that consider overtaking to be a nuisance, that you should just move out of the way because they're faster, you're slowing them both down. And to them I say that if you think that's what racing is about, you might as well just open a spreadsheet and click sort, because that's what you're asking for, and how boring is that? Don't listen to them. Don't ever think you don't have the right to fight hard, because if you do, you might just get an excellent moment like this that leaves you buzzing for the next race. That's it. Thanks to GT Omega once again for their consistent support of this channel. Get 5% off their cockpits, chairs and other items using code DannyLee. The footage for this race was taken from the Evolution Sim Racing GT3 League, which has been excellent fun so far and very clean racing due to the organisers' efforts. I'm a big advocate for leagues, so consider joining one. This one's been pretty great. Cheers again.